Meena ma'am. She was the English teacher of our school. I still now remember the way she spoke, the way she looked at us, and the way she used to enter our school. Savitri Memorial School. That was the name of our school. All the memories of 30 years back is still now very fresh in my mind. And obviously, Meena ma'am.
Hello, boys. May I get your attention, please? Please be quiet.
All were afraid of her. She was very disciplined, very strict, and very sincere teacher. A white sari with black border and a hairband, a cut shoe, a sling bag, and a small black bindi. That was how simple she looked. When she used to enter the class, the smell of the lavender perfume filled the full class. Her face, her voice, her way of teaching, unexplainable. She was mind-blowing. Any poetry, any piece of literature, anything which she used to teach us used to become unavoidably interesting to us. 1996. I was in standard 12. The school had reopened after summer vacation. We are all busy with our syllabus and examination as usual. Suddenly one day, we got the news that a child from standard 4 was missing. Huge crowd had gathered in the reception of the school. I made my way in between the crowd to get a glimpse of what happened. I found Meena ma'am crying and telling others.
Trust me. I don't know anything about this. Please trust me.
After inquiring from all the others, I came to know that Meena ma'am had taken the standard 4 student somewhere, and after that he didn't return home. I was in standard 12 then. I really didn't understand what the matter was. I went back home. Next day, when I came to school, it was a normal day. I was very anxious about Meena ma'am. You can call it a crush or something. I had a very special feeling for her. I ran to the reception. I asked them and they turned me back without any information. The school bell rang at about 4:30 p.m. I was late. Actually, the whole day I couldn't see Meena ma'am and I couldn't concentrate. All were messed up. At around 5 p.m., when I was coming out of the school, I heard a cry in principal's room. My heart sank. Is that Meena ma'am? Is she leaving the school? I peeped out. One of the guardians started with him. Sir, my son came back at around 11 p.m. last night. Where he was, sir? He could not tell. He had a balloon in his hand. A red balloon. And since then he is silent. Where he was, sir? Who took him? Please tell me. Nothing. He is telling nothing. He is only looking at the balloon. I did not find Meena ma'am inside. I went back home. After 1 month, we were waiting for our English class and suddenly found Meena ma'am back. I was really happy. No one in the class dared to ask the reason of her sudden absence. I was really happy to get her back. A few months passed as usual. It was December. The school was about to close for winter vacation. And that time, 2 boys were missing. And the same thing. Their parents were found in the principal's room explaining the same details. Their children came back with the red balloon in their hands during midnight. 3 kids in a year. They were not coming to school. It was said that the symptoms were same. The boys came back with the red balloon at midnight, and since then they looked at the red balloons and were left speechless, emotionless, and the dangerous part was, with the dispersing of the air from the balloon, the lives of the boys had also ended. Sadness prevailed throughout the school. All were afraid. The junior classes kids stopped coming. Their parents were afraid to send them. Our school was for the poor population, a government school. The school was closed for 1 month by our principal. No other school was nearby. It was the only school of our suburb. There were 2 ways to reach the school. One way was through the marketplace, and one was through the woods. The extreme right of the woods had a big desolated house. People complained weird experience of that house. So my parents had asked me never to use the road through the woods to reach the school. And I was always an obedient kid. It was February 1997. A boy of our class, Arun was missing. The whole school was silent. All were worried. All were coming to school attending classes, no sports, no games, no activities, no fun. All were acting like robots. Arun returned back home in midnight after 2 days. And same with a red balloon in his hand. It was told that Arun also died an unnatural death. However, Meena ma'am was often absent then. One evening at around 5 pm, I found Meena ma'am was talking with a boy of her class. I felt really jealous about that. I hid myself behind the bush. I found
It's okay, Rajiv. No problem. I'll help you out. You come to my house. No, 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 not today. I'll tell you.
my eyes were on Rajiv. I wondered why I could not speak to her to help me out. Next evening at 5 pm after school, I found Rajiv following Meena ma'am. I felt very bad. He got the chance to be with her for more hours, and I felt useless, hopeless. And Meena ma'am was looking more beautiful that day. So I went back home sad. Next day, there was again commotion in the school. Another boy was missing. He was from standard 10. Yes, same incident. His body was still without any movement. Eyeballs were still and no words from the mouth. It's like all were waiting for their turn. One evening at around 7:30 pm, my mom asked me to bring some groceries. I found a woman running very fast. Her face was covered in veil. I asked the shopkeeper, "Uncle, who is she?" The shopkeeper replied, "Who? I don't know." I peeped out. I felt that she was a known face. Yes, I knew it. She was Meena ma'am. She looked stressed and she was running. I left the grocery bag in the shop and started following her. I could not control. I hid myself and started following her. Slowly, she started going towards the woods. But I didn't stop. I continued following her. Slowly, she started going towards the woods. But I didn't stop. I continued following her. After entering a little deep, she opened a veil. And in front of my own eyes, I found her body lifted in the air. Within the blink of my eye in a lightning speed, her body rushed backward towards the more deeper part of the forest. After that, I didn't remember what happened. When I opened my eyes, I found myself inside the deserted house. I was sweating like hell. It was dawn. I could see from a broken window. Meena ma'am was hanging from the ceiling. I pushed myself and started running. I felt I was running and running and running, but I was not finding any exit. I found a man standing with red balloon by the corner of the pillar. I didn't look at that. I continued running. I ran and ran, and there was a small pond. I just jumped then. And then nothing. I remember nothing. I found myself on the bed, my mom and dad crying in front of my eyes. My dad asked me to quit the school. After 2 months, we got shifted to Delhi. Now I am working here. I have my family. You know, I actually don't know what had happened really. What I had seen. I clearly don't remember. I had asked my parents many times, but no one replied. Later, after coming to Delhi, I had called Rajiv to ask. He informed that Meena ma'am had carried me home. He even told me Meena ma'am had changed. She was no more a teacher. She was never seen. I really don't have any idea. Do you understand what was the incident actually? Please comment. I'll be waiting.